Alright, let's continue. I'm gonna try and make this one shorter. Probably do only 2 starting zones or something. So we're in Death. This is the human town. Let's ignore all of this. The first thing we want to do is talk to this guy. He's the master of the arena, a true lanista of the gladiator arena. If we succeed in this, he's going to give us 2 skill points in the general skill points. This should be fairly easy on our level. Level 12, so they scaled a little bit. But, ow, just one off. This guy's a hobbit slinger. Should be able to take him with rush. Stun. He's dead. He's replaced by the gladiator. We're gonna chuck in our wild infusion, which reduces our damage or their damage. Let's shout because we're out of stun for now. He's confused. He stunned us, which is terrible. We're gonna pop up the shield and we're gonna hack. Okay, our stun is removed. We're gonna... That's not death damage. He pushed us. He's got the ability repulsion, which is exactly what he did. We're still at full health, but we're dazed. So we're gonna have to... Okay, the daze is gone. We shrugged it off. Wait here. Then we do our forward attack, Fearless Cleave, and we're just gonna finish him. Problem is, the next guy that spawns is the mage. We stunned again. The mage is going to be far away, so I'm going to try and get him close to us. So we'll be next to the mage when he comes. Ah, there's the mage. We'll stun him, and he's dead. We succeeded! We are gods of the arena! Alright. Crappy, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the 2 skill points, which we've just got. And I'm gonna put them physical power. We want to get it to 5 as soon as possible. And I might chuck in one for Unflinching Resolve. It's a passive ability, so we don't actively have to use it. We have 16% chance each turn to recover from a stun effect, which is good, because stun is the worst condition in the game. At level 2, we can recover from blindness. Level 3, confusion, pins, and then slows and wounds. Slows and wounds aren't too, detrimental, so we're probably never gonna get it up above 3, maybe 4. So pins can be annoying, you can't move, and then archers just whack at you. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna check what infusions are here. There's some wilds, but they only resist up to 14. It's regeneration 193. Our regeneration 193. Our cooldown is 14, their cooldown is 15, so it's much worse. There's a movement infusion, which is good for 46, but I only like to get those when they're at least as close as possible to 600 speed. So we're not gonna grab that. We're gonna check some armor. We don't really have a lot of gold. We're gonna wait until we absolutely do need loot. So I'm gonna leave here. Ah, no, wait. There's another alchemist. Okay. We don't need dexterity and cunning with 3, defense, and the physical crit. So I'm gonna get elixir of precision, increases crit by 4%. Probably gonna be a while until we actually get it, but it's alright. We're gonna visit some of the other starting areas and hope we're gonna get some escorts. So you don't actually have to do the other starting areas because the game kind of scales and you get experience scales, but I do need some item drops. So the first one is Norgos Lair, near the Wood Elves town. So now the game tells you you're too high level, do you want to stroll? Nah. So it'll take you to the bottom level essentially, or to the last area of the zone where the Norgos, the boss is, who corrupts this forest. Okay, somebody war-shouted me, so I'm confused. It's okay, we'll try to stun him, which we did not, but he was easy enough. We'll shout this glacial guy. Alright. Like I said, because we're over leveled, and we're level 9, they're level 6. Lots of lore, don't really care. Okay, they're dropping essentially this kind of cold sphere on you that does damage. We're stunned. Luckily, we've got the wild that reduces damage by 14% and remove one random physical effect. So we'll remove the stun, we'll stun him in return, and well, we definitely stunned him. Okay, they're basically dying on our spiky plate armor, because we are, in fact, with this custom mod that I've got, I can see exactly when hit, I do 26 damage to them. So, okay, next floor. Okay, we don't have a cloak yet. This is good. Give resistance to arcane, which is kind of crappy at the start of the game, because arcane is not a resist you need at the beginning. Nature, fire, these are good resists for the beginning. None of these that great. That said, this gives cold resistance. So I'm gonna move this, just in case we wanna switch to it later. And now we're encumbered, because our strength isn't high enough to carry all that shit, so we're gonna transmogrify some of the non-magical stuff. Oops, I've equipped it by mistake. Transmogrify, just selling them. It's like eBay, you sell them online. Now, that's not necessary. Transmogrify. Okay, now one thing to ponder some chat, you're actually online all the time. Sometimes Dark God, the designer of the game, will come and create special random events to everyone who's logged on at the moment. So that's pretty cool. You can see people who died, people post, say this guy just got this item, whatever. You can sort of click on it, and it didn't quite work now, but you can definitely do it. We're gonna do this zone really quickly. We're not gonna die here, I hope. It's gonna be humiliating. But sometimes the game does throw out of depth uniques at you, which look innocuous if you don't check their stats and their talents, and then they just ram you up where it hurts the most, if you know what I mean. Alright. Next level. Blight. We don't care about blight resistance, so none of this is useful, as usual. There's Norgos. He's frozen. Okay, that's an alt version of him, I believe. I'm just gonna back out for a second, wait for him to close in. If he does, he doesn't seem to want to, but his friends do. So we'll let them come. Okay, some ice damage, but they're low level. We're frozen, so we're gonna wait for that to expire. Now we can possibly take Norgos by himself. Gonna rush him. We're gonna stun him. 6 turns, 1, 2. Okay, he iced us, and now we can only attack the ice. And then we're gonna death dance, and he's dead. He gave us Storm Lash, which is like an electrical whip. Pretty useless for us. It's an exotic weapon mastery as well, so we're not gonna get the weapons mastery on it, I believe. So we've leveled up. Points in here, points in con. Con doesn't scale much because it only gives you 4 life per point, but the only reason we put it there is to get thick skin. We need 32 con, so you can actually put items that increase it. So we can see we've actually spent 24 points in con. The extra +3 that we've got here is from items or whatnot. And then we can put a class point here, 2 actually. Put another one in Death Dance to increase the damage, that's always useful. Also at level 3, all damage can make them bleed. So I can put it up to 3 immediately. But you don't use, the cooldown on that is 10, which is not super high, but it also consumes a lot of stamina, 36, so you're not going to use a lot of it. I'm going to increase my spell resistance because it was really low, so this point in spell shield does that, because Berserkers hate magic, and, well, sometimes they do. And I think I'm going to give me some more fast metabolism. Now at level 10 you get a category point, which you can use to buy a new category here. Eventually, and it's essentially extra talents. Eventually we're going to get Bloodthirst, but not just yet. Now each category actually has a multiplier. You can also put the category point in the multiplier to increase it. And that multiplier applies to the skills. For example, here it's Stunning Blow, it's effective talent level 3.9 because it's 3 times 1.3. If we put it like this, it's going to be 4.5. So essentially it's as if it is a level 4 talent out of 5. It's a good way to kind of, if you've got a talent section that you put a lot of points in, it's better sometimes to buff it up than to get a new one. Sometimes it isn't. So get one in level 10, another in level 20 or something. The best way to actually do with a category point, which is what we're going to do now, is we're not going to buy Bloodthirst, we're going to buy an Inscription, which costs a category point. So now we can have an extra Inscription in here, which we will promptly use if we've got it. I'm going to dump in that extra regeneration infusion. It's a crappy one, but we're going to later switch it for movement. So now we can do back-to-back regeneration. The problem is the more infusions you use one after the other, the more the cooldown increases. It's called infusion saturation. It's basically there to prevent you from spamming too much, but sometimes it's better than to just die. So, okay, now we already killed the boss, we'll kill all the other mobs. We might get a nice unique that drops something good, but based on the RNG for this particular game, I'm not counting on it. Okay, that's it, we finished this one. So we'll probably do just another one more beginner zone. Oh, this is much better. It will add 10 fire damage when we get hit. Oh, maximum life plus 50. And 10% more, and 1 life regeneration, and 10% more on the life regeneration. So we're gonna wield that. So we're now at 10 something something. I'll check it in a second. This will add Constitution. We're gonna put this. We're gonna move this to our inventory first. None of the other stuff is better than Bill's club, and this is Arcane Disrupting Forces, which I don't want to use. So, because it's gonna disrupt our Rune Shield. Okay, next zone is here, Heart of the Gloom. So the forest has been corrupted, yada yada. It's gonna have a lot of gloom creatures here. This is a good time as any to. So he's got the shield on him, 4 shield, but our Shattering Blow has from Bill's trunk has 70% chance to shatter it. It's shattered. Well, it shattered more than the shield, that's for sure. Alright. Something poisoned us, this Venus flytrap, which they are very hard to spot sometimes. It's the tile sets, they're nice looking, but they sometimes prevent you from seeing what's there, so it's the only complaint I have about this tile set. Alright, next level. This lets you spot invisible creatures. Not that useful for now. This slows none of it is beautiful. So, oh, we got pushed. Oh man. Okay. Oops. Bit targeting mishap. Yeah, I'm over level, so I don't really. I'm not gonna care too much. I do have to be careful, but not super careful. Next level. So we're just doing it for loot and for some money, that's all. More physical power, 5 lightning resistance, and changes some of our damage to lightning. That's okay, let's do it. Nope, nothing interesting. Nothing to see here, move along. Okay, this fly trap. Oh, see, that was dangerous. That was a unique. Luckily, we killed it in one hit. But if you're playing too fast, and you think, oh, it's just a rat. A unique rat, but just a rat, who cares? And then it whacks you hard because it's some hardcore temporal paradox mage or something like that. Paradox mage rat. I've seen it all happen. Let's move here. That was the boss mod. Okay, he did all sort of stuff. Sleep, distortion, distortion damage, physical resistance decreases by a bit. But the main thing is we're sleep. So now we're gonna have to rush him. I don't care about the wolf. He's got the shield, shatter the shield, and stun, he's dead. Eye of the Dreaming One, which is useful against invisible enemies. So we're gonna keep that one even if we're not wearing it straight off. Something hitting us, the Venus flytrap. Another Venus flytrap, or, you know, anti-magic bush or whatever it's called. Kill that. There's a couple of them here, they're really annoying. Okay, so here I can just rush him, it's easy, and he can wreck me. So he's level 10. That's why this UI mode is good. He's got his arm, knockback, washout. Dream Crusher is the only thing I'm not familiar with, so we're gonna check it. Dream Hammer. So it's a little bit of Solipsis class, maybe, with some tucked in with some fighter abilities. It's basically a type of stun, so we don't want him to stun us, so we're gonna daze. He confused us, which is annoying, but now he stunned us as well. We can remove the stun with the wild infusion, which we did, and we kill him. Alright, nowhere to explore because we finished the starting area. How are we doing for time? Pretty good. So I have the Dreaming One. Actually, that's not the item I was thinking about. This item can put Ada to sleep. It's actually quite... it's not too bad. The problem is it takes the tool slot. I often have better things to put in the tool slot. Then again, it dramatically increases my mental save for a while. Plus 10, but because of the diminishing returns, it's only plus 8 effective. Mind power we don't care about because we don't use that. We use physical power, but the mental save and the increase to will, which will give us more stamina. It could be useful for a while, but this does 15 blight damage when we get hit. So unfortunately, for now it's gonna go until our damage goes up a little bit. This Berserker does a ton of damage, but it's got a problem with survivability often. This is good, increases armor slightly and physical save. We don't need that, that's for mages to replenish their mana. This increases critical multiplier by 3%. But the 25 resistance I currently have on my helmet is much better, to be honest. So we're gonna chuck all of that to the bin. To the trash bin of history. So while we've got a couple of minutes left on this video, because I want to cut it at about 30 minutes this time, we are going to check whether the Shaloa, I believe they are called, the wood elves, actually have any good infusions. Because we've got that 4 slot here, we can put something nice to it. No, these are charms. These are the infusions. There's a regeneration infusion. Anything else useful? Swords. Don't see anything here with a higher power than Bill's trunk, so we're not gonna worry about that. This is bows, maces. This comes close. But it doesn't have any other abilities. Global speed +1. It's a good increase, but it's quite small. So no. Alright, so he's got 196 there. I want to see if I get something better. The problem is these shops don't replenish what they've got. Sometimes they got awesome stuff, sometimes crap. This time it's a bit crappy. They only replenish it after a section of the game called the Master, in which you kill the boss called the Master. So for now we're not going to worry about it. How many of the alchemists did we reveal? Only 2. So I'll reveal the other 2. One place to go, which is near the other starting dungeons. We'll go there. We've got to be careful because, as you recall, there's some agents of Zagor. Alright, we got there. So I'm not going to do the starting dungeon now, but I want to see if there's a better infusion or rune than what I have. But before we do all that, we go to the alchemist. There's another one here as well. And he offers 4 additional stat points, all saving throws by 4, but that'll scale, diminishing returns, so it's not that great. Magic willpower. I'll grab 4 stat points. Yeah, I'll grab 4 stat points. Well, I'll ask for it. We'll see if he'll give us when we actually get the ingredients. Okay, runes. Shield rune 90, 98. This is terrible. Biting Gale, situational, face door, no, teleporting. I might have to grab teleportation, to be honest, just as a survivability thing. It's only 28. Yeah, until we get something better, I'll buy that one. We'll use it instead of this 112 life here. Which one was it? 112. Yep. So that's a good get out of dodge type of thing. I don't want it too high, so range of 60 with a minimum range of 15. Problem is, in very small areas this doesn't work because of the minimum range of 15. So in those cases it's better to have phase door. But I think teleportation range of 60 will get you out of dodge if you need it. It's not the best thing, but better than anything else. They only have runes here. Oops. I used a Rod of Recall, so we can cancel it. Any weapons while I'm here? Let's check the cloaks. Got a couple of minutes spare to check some stuff. No. This is pretty good. It's almost like getting an extra 50 life, but essentially you only die when you get to minus 50. So it's almost like this infusion or rune called Heroism. Can't remember if it's an infusion or a rune. We don't really need it now. We want some resists. 11 fire, that's good. I want some lightning though. There's a reason for that. I don't see anything solid here, so I'm gonna ignore that. Leather armor, sometimes there's belts that are good. 6% lightning is not great. Do I want to spend 22 gold on that right about now? Probably not. Temporal damage is one of the nastiest effects in the game, usually because you don't get resist for it, because there's not that many mobs that have it. Then when they show up, you just get wrecked. Physical, we're not going to have problem with physical with our plate armor and whatnot, so no, they've got nothing here that we want. So we're going to bugger out. This is a bookstore, you can buy some lore. Some of the lore is necessary to purchase because it unlocks new classes later on. The way they designed this game is you start with a basic number of classes, and as you play, let's say if you deal, I think recently I dealt 1 million points of fire damage, and so I got the Pyromancer Archmage class unlocked. So it kind of keeps track of it, gives you achievements and open it up. So it's a way to learn the game easy peasy. So we're gonna go first to the Scintillating Caves. I'm just gonna go in, and this is as good a point as any place as any to stop the video and catch you guys later to see whether I get to level 20. I'm still alive.